Hey there, thanks for watching. Today is Friday, November 23rd, and I am here to do my recap what I spent this week, and this week includes Thanksgiving, so let's get into it. I will tell you what I did not spend. I did not spend money Black Friday shopping last night, Thanksgiving Day, or today, and I'm sticking with planned spending. So I know that seems pretty basic, duh, of course you're gonna do that. But I had a moment last night. I had a moment. We were watching TV and there were all these sales. This is so silly, but Victoria's Secret had one of those buy $75 and get a free tote. And I was like, oh, I could spend 75 bucks and then return it and keep the tote. And I'm like, that's just not a good idea. Not a good enough reason to leave your house at whatever 8 o'clock at night. And please forgive me. I'm getting over a cold, so just generally miserable. But we soldier on. So this week included a number of fun things. There was Friendsgiving on Friday, and that was some spending, and then our family Thanksgiving on during the week. And so this is our family tradition. Me and my mom, we have this thing where we do Thanksgiving Eve. So normally it's a half day, and this week I was allowed to work from home. I was able to work from home. So I put the turkey in on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and put it in around 10 a.m. So it came out at 2. We were able to eat that afternoon. And so we had this full Thanksgiving spread, and then Thanksgiving Day, everyone can relax. And that morning I was also running a 5-miler with a good friend, so I woke up at 6:30 in the morning, went out, did the run. We went out to breakfast after the run, and then came back and just laid low the rest of the day, which was lovely. And I love this tradition because that way nobody's stressing out about food or preparations or anything like that the day of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is just a rest day. So that's what we do in my household, and I am about to send you, I have some footage of going through my weekly expenses that I took using a screen cap software. I don't love it. I'm using a PowerSoft, and it only allows you 3 minutes of recording time, and it's just not ideal, but it's what I had, so I used it. So I hope you'll find that interesting and helpful. I will actually tell you right now, the breakdowns of all the categories, what I spent this week, because I would find that helpful. So for food out, I spent $27. For gifts, I spent $60, excuse me, and I am not going to do that again because there were a number of fundraisers or stuff. There was kids from school and church, excuse me. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious just because I can't edit. Sorry guys. So I am not going to do any more giving. I will donate to you personally, but I will not do any more Boy Scouts, food drives, fundraisers, stuff like that. Not until I'm out of debt, not until I'm in a more responsible place, because it's just not responsible at this level for me to do that. So that was a gift spending. For groceries, I spent $133. I had my gym auto-debited. I had housing expenses. Gym was $31. Housing was $300. I had personal care money folded in. It was interesting. So I did buy myself a new bedding, because the bed sheet that I had was, this is a little maybe too much information, but it was it's disintegrating. So it was this was my sort of Thanksgiving Christmas splurge to myself, was to buy a new bed sheet that's not disintegrating. And then I had my emergency fund taken out, and I had my emergency fund funding, which is $150, and then my utilities, which were $79 for this week. So that was my total spending, and I will now pop you over to the screen cap so you can see exactly how that panned out individually day by day. So thanks for watching. Alrighty, here we go. Please bear with me. This is my first time using a web-based screen recording software, so I will try to go as quickly and as accurately as I can. So on Friday, 11/16, I spent $15 at Harmon for personal care items. This was the day of a concert for an orchestra, that I work with, that I volunteer with, and this was stuff I would have bought anyway, but I ended up getting stuck like late at work, so I wasn't able to go back home, so I just popped into the store and purchased it on that day, and it was kind of nice because it reminds me of that day. On the 17th was the date of our Friendsgiving for a church group that I'm part of, and I spent this much on groceries, and I could have done it for cheaper, but it was nice to kind of have that time with friends, and I think it was really, I mean, I went a little bit, it was a little bit extravagant, but it was totally worth it to kind of have all those options available to us for food and whatnot. So on the 18th, that was a Sunday, and I did not spend anything. On the 19th, a Monday, I have my gym membership auto-debited, so keep track of that. And I also spent $65 for our family Thanksgiving, and I don't think that was too bad considering that it included a turkey. On the 20th, I had dinner out with a friend, which was fun. We kind of both met up at the mall. We were picking up our race registration packets for the 5K, or for the 5-mile race that we ran on Thanksgiving morning. So we met at the mall and kind of hung out together and had dinner there. So that's that spending. On the 21st, I sent money to a church friend who was whose son was doing selling popcorn for the Boy Scouts, which I don't think I would do again. And this is going to be my sort of company line on fundraisers. I'm not going to buy any more stuff. Like, I will donate to you personally, but I'm not going to buy any more stuff because this popcorn was not great, and it was $30 for like 3 bags of popcorn, and it like wasn't the greatest. And excuse me, I'm so sorry. I would rather give money directly to you than to not great popcorn. So that's just going to be my line on above and beyond giving. On the 21st, sorry for that rant, the 21st, this is my housing contribution. On the 22nd, Thanksgiving Day, we ran the race, my friend and I, and then we went out for breakfast to a diner. And then the 23rd, today, this was for a food drive at church. Again, I don't think I would do this above and beyond giving. I will tithe, and that is it. I have to remind myself of that. And then I had this amount deducted for my emergency fund. That's coming up, and then this amount is coming up for utilities. So that was my spending. Those 2 days were not this week, but that was my spending for this week.